It's adventure time again. We leave the busy mess of Gauteng again, looking for adventure in nature. This one will be special, as we have all looked forward to our 3 provinces trip for a long time now. It's a fair bit of driving to get there, but we appreciate all the scenery along the way, knowing that we are on our way to one of the top 4x4 destinations South Africa got to offer. The trail crosses mountains that borders the 3 provinces of KwaZulu-Natal, Mpumalanga and the Free State. We get a warm welcome from Brunel as we reach the farmhouse. We handed a comprehensive map and detailed page with all the info of different routes with very clear marked ratings of each obstacle found on the farm. Anthony is there already, and I check out his newly acquired off-road trailer.
Yeah, now you sleep in style.
Sure.
Damn.
Rocks. Flip, dude. Rocks.
This is now nice and
You
organized.
go half a flippin', you go that deep. Rocks.
After visiting ours lapsed, we set up our camps. This bush camp is nicely situated on the slope of one of the mountains, where it hosts plenty of camping spots with a donkey-driven ablution block. We started a fire and pulled our blankets closer as we make ourselves comfortable next to the fire. We braai, chat and share some useful hints.
Yes, daai molten is magic. Jy pop 2 pilletjies, is kloor, maak die water skoon. Jy kan maar gaan ryk oor daai water.
And then we eat our braaivleis as Bayer arrives in the dark. It's a long weekend, and the next day we decide we're going to camp the whole day while everybody just chills.
Waar gaan julle stop? Nee daar. O, is jy klaar?
Daai ding werk baie lekker. Works like a blowtorch.
And who doesn't like a good blow torch?
Sure.
I'll tell you what, it made that fire hot there. After a few hours, we are all dressed and freshening up now, so we start checking out our solar system's powering abilities as the sun moves position through the day.
Ja, dis lekker paneltjies daai hoor.
Ja, dit werk mooi.
Sterk, want dit is 'n lae voltage panel, dis hoekom. So as jy 'n pulse width modulator gebruik soos daai, dan gebruik jy 'n laagste moontlike voltage panel. So daai seker probably 18 of 16 volt panels.
Ja, hy vat hom nou mooi op. Anthony gets going early with his potjie, while the rest of us still warming up for the day.
Gotta get hot. Good and hot. While it's getting there. So the onions licksome that's hot. I'm putting garlic because my wife wants garlic. Garlic. Yo. That is quite an The rim holds everything in. I was going to say bottom, but you'd have to beef that too. So I'm just wanna, I don't know what the fancy term is, but you just get the onions so that they go transparent with a little brown on them. But oxtail is tough. If you don't know oxtail, it's very tough. Those onions look like they're ready to come off. And the garlic, I know garlic burns very easily, so okay. So that I'm just taking off so I don't have to deal with the pain, and I take this all out. So here's where you need a lot of, just to get some brown on the meat, because brown equals flavor. Oh, this is so hot. I'm sure there'll be purist potjie makers that are saying, you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong. Oh, You know what? Here we are, kneeling next to the fire. That mountain behind us, and the view that side.
What better said?
What else do you want? My wife's vegetables. Sweet stuff. You just need to get the water to cover the thing, so you just push your food down with your gloves and put the lid on, and we don't touch that for the next 2 hours. It goes in there.
Only 2 hours?
No, we don't touch it for the next 2 hours, minimum. We're going to cook it for longer. I'll check out, see what it's bubbling. It should be, the guy that explained to me how to make a potjie once, he said it mustn't furiously bubble, it must poof, 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 poof. Push that bastard down, that bastard down.
Down.
Baptize that. Yo. That's bubbling a little bit more, but I put it a bit more because I wanted to get the mushrooms going. Maybe 20 minutes. It's ready. So maybe there. Check that. Look at that.
It's falling off the bone.
bone.
Yeah. Thank you, my babe.
It's fall off the bone stuff. Good moaning. My wife's sleeping, so I can't speak loud. I feel nauseous this morning. So I shoved a valve in. Is that too much information for a YouTube channel? Okay.
Good morning. We had a little bit of rain last night, so it's going to be a wet track today. And I hope it's not too wet.
Sorry, buddy.
Okay, today we're doing 3 provinces. Anthony is very, very sick, I must say. He's man down, so I hope he can join us. Jan Swift joins with his Jeep Rubicon Pacer. Corey follows with a brand spanking new Toyota Hilux GD6. Miller Koetser arrived from Gauteng and he joins with his long wheelbase Rubicon, the Grey Rhino. Rudolf also joined with his long wheelbase Rubicon. Bayer fall in line with his V8 Discovery 3, keen to test his Boto mud terrain tires on this trail.
Good mornings, everybody. It's day 3. It seems like I have a little bout of food poisoning or something this morning.
Or a bag.
Or something, I don't know. I'm not at my brightest moment, if I'm honest. They don't know that I'm in the convoy. I just decided at the last minute to get out of bed and get dressed, enjoying. Yapi's going to see me coming down the hill and realize that I'm with. And he's going to say, "Bert, are you okay? I think you shouldn't be here with us. I think you should stay."
Okay, but I'm glad to see you, Maria.
There we
If
go.
you don't feel well, please tell us.
Thank you, Mikey.
Then the patrol crosses the water and there is no turning back. Okay, we're starting the main route here now from the camp. It's a very mild route, yeah. I really hope it's not too wet by extreme obstacles, and then definitely we're going to see what Elshoogte is all about. It's one of the signature obstacles of the trail. So we're going to check it out and we're going to enjoy this one, I think.
Interestingly, the weather, which I've just checked now, shows full sun for the whole day. You probably can't see it from the GoPro, but it is definitely not full sun. In fact, it's looking like we might be in for a little thunderstorm. Oh, Jaapie must be in front.
So we started taking the route up here by number 9, and it's a nice rocky incline. Here and there's some pointy rocks that if you've got a standard vehicle, you're going to struggle a bit.
Okay, I'm quite surprised at how very relaxed and easy the Hilux is going up here on a trail that is as rocky and slippery as it is. I think it is quite good.
Yeah. Those Hiluxes are proper. Eh? Corey was a Jeep owner before, Jeep Rubicon, and so I guess it's quite an adaptation to come from a Jeep. I think he was on 35s or 37s. To come from a Jeep on 35s or 37s to change to a Hilux, I think is quite an adaptation, because the Jeep is such an outstanding trail vehicle.
Jeez, man. This is a stunning world. We drive along the mountain top, climbing higher and higher. It's my first time visiting 3 provinces, and I'm overwhelmed with the beauty that smothers my brain. I had to stop the convoy and just pause to take it all in. In all these valleys, I know there are hidden gems that await discovery and exploring. Wherever you look, you are surrounded by mountains, north, south, east and west, wherever the eye can see.
Beautiful, eh? So stunning. You can see for kilometers.
Literally see for miles, yeah.
The roads say you must carry on straight. And sorry, now I have to do this. It's just to a level where you cannot ignore what is here. So it's not recommended for non-high clearance vehicles, but if you've got a modified vehicle that is built for this, then you should do it. And that's why we're doing it. And the 35's coming to their own.
So we're heading down a descent now, which takes us to that Vingerpolle,
more rocky area.
outcrop grove, whatever you want to call it. We must be going very slowly.
Okay.
So the Hilux is attempting this little rocky obstacle. Ek het nogal gedink hy sal dit kan doen. Jy het net gehou hierdie mooi plante hier aan die linkerkant af. Die wyse Vingerpolle.
Lekker Corrie. Was hom.
Well, bit of a steep hill descent.
We're taking an old closed down section off the trail, just to throw a little challenge in the mix, as all the cars opt for the more difficult line here.
that rock with my rear tyre. There we go. And we're out. Still in first gear, low range, no brakes, just let engine compression manage everything. I'm going to change gears now because we're just going too damn slow and then reach the end. So I'm going to go from first to third. And there we go. Over there, that's Halsworth. So there's a couple of little lines to go, like one on the right, one in the middle, one on the left, but that's Halsworth up there. The bypass road goes off to the right and around the mountain, and you meet at the top. And then there's on top there, when we get up to the top, we drive a little bit towards the fence, and that's where we get the Three Provinces beacon.
We reached the bottom of the notorious Elshoogte.
Because we're all going to get caught up in these branches, so we'll quickly chop a few here.
The very first part gives us an early warning sign of danger ahead. Johan walked up the trail for about 400 meters.
So we've walked up about two-thirds.
I gave up recovering my breath at 150 meters in. Where Elshoogte starts, there are eroded dongas 2 meters deep where the path used to be.
Loose rock, but I think maybe, I'm not sure, it'll give some form of traction, but we'll go up further and we'll have a look and see what the last part is all about and whether we want to do that. So let's go have a look. Starting from the bottom up until here, the traction is pretty much good enough if you have double lockers to come up here. But then after here is where it starts getting wet and you have mud here all the way up to the top, and this is where we think we might have a problem. Double lockers, 37s, no matter what, you're going to battle up going up here.
So we had a look at Elshoogte, which is a signature obstacle of Three Provinces. Gee, what an incline. With all the rains that we have here at the bottom, there's like, it's like gullies. It's very deep. It's like 2 meters plus deep. Just one wheel side of the two-spoor track. There's not a way that you can drive it.
Some of the guys walked up to the top of Elshoogte just to go and see what it's like, and apparently there's moss and mud and water flowing over the top rocks at the rock step at the top, so the decision is that it's not really doable or safe. We are busy now driving the bypass route. I believe they brought a bulldozer here and cut through this, cut through the rock here.
Are we going to take the Elshoogte on the left end from the top that we can have indication there or not?
That is correct. That's the route there. And right there, you can see there's water coming out, running down the actual road that you go down. So there's water and moss and slippery stuff. And I know the camera doesn't do it justice, but those are big rocks. And that's steep, and it's the last piece. This is it. It's actually, you can see in the distance the landscape. You can see for miles.
Take me where your river flows. I want to drive on your open road like the wilderness where we are.
On top of Elshoogte, we appreciate the obstacle steepness and the scenic surroundings.
There's an ocean in your eyes, a million stars that paint the sky.
We crawl up to the point where all three provinces get together.
You and me, let's fly away somewhere past the Milky Way.
There we go. KwaZulu-Natal that way. Old Transvaal from Malanga that way. Vrystaat the other way. En hier is Langkrans. Jy staan nou in 3 provinsies. Jy's groot.
Say goodbye, say it's alright. Throw your caution to the wind, the shelter of my single bed. You can call it.
Where are you? Just get up on some rock or something.
There we are.
She's such a short ass that she can fit in.
Yeah.
Look at that in the background.
Yeah.
Almost a sheer drop behind us. It's a bit windy. It's quite a cool breeze. Yeah.
Beautiful.
There's the others coming down.
Freight trains and aeroplanes. Maybe we'll return someday. Don't wake me up till we are home.
So while I'm driving, I feel the friction at times that make me feel like the gearbox is going to rip apart. And then we figured out it's the rock slider. So if you look here, after the 35s, which is bigger than the normal 31s the car come out with, you can see how it rubbed. So when I fitted the 35s, I never cut the rock sliders back yet, but now it's just getting, it just get to a point where I can't drive like this anymore. So we're going to cut it shorter now.
It just seems like the other one, not as much, but it also touches to a certain extent. If you look this side, it also rubs slightly here.
Yeah, you can see the mark actually. This is a little plaque that was put up. Billy van Rooyen used to like to come and pose here on Billy's clip, put his wheel up and pose. For those of you who remember Billy, Billy's clip is still here, and the plaque is still here.
So we just went past Willie's clip. Now Willie, we got a clip in here where we show what kind of man Willie was. He's a young man that lost his life in his early prime, and sadly, but he left good memories. And he always parked his Jeep on top of the rock. Jan Swift knew him personally and very well, and so did Anthony. So I never met Willie. I heard he was a character and all. You can view out of the footage yourself how daring this young man was. He honestly pushed the envelope on any trail, and a man spirited for life.
Klein bietjie meer moeite. As whoa. Stadig. Whoa. Stadig, whoa, net so. Stop net so, ons gaan vir die windjak. Okay. Stop net so, Willie. Net so. Okay, hou net so.
We've re-anchored the board to his memory, and it was brilliant to be part of that. And here we're on the ridge of the mountain again. That's fantastic, the view we have. To your right, to your left, doesn't matter where you are. We are right on top of everything. On the mountain, I can see to the right, I can see to the left. It's just amazing.
Feels like we're on top of the world.
Yes, for sure.
We are approaching what I would say is the third signature obstacle on the main route here, which is the tunnel. What's called tunnel or tunnel. It's not actually an enclosed tunnel, it's just a little erosion section, a donga with quite a tricky entry and an immediate left turn.
Kom hier nou stadig. Sê. Okay. Nou van jou voorwiel agter van jou sak daarom dan gaan jy 'n bietjie. Okay, dis goed. Ja, kom maar. Sê baie mooi. Okay, daar sê. Stadig. Hy's uit. Mamma. Jy agtervul.
Nee, mamma.
With the Hilux in stock form making it look easy after a brilliant drive by Corey, Miller opted for the more difficult line with the grey rhino. That Ruby stands a good 2 meters high, and that should put in perspective the level of obstacles the guys are taking down.
Down. I'm just going to go help Vader quickly.
Further down the tunnel, Vader's disco left wheels slipped in a gully, which have him in a very bad spot.
And you end up, you're actually okay, so just keep coming like that, I think. A little bit more to your left, into the, yeah, like that.
My roof's gonna touch it on top on the left side.
It's millimeters to major damage.
Woma of Valiki?
Lyk nie na 'n boompie.
'n Stukkie van die onderkant van die boompie se wortels met die walletjie, maar kom ons try hom.
Hy's glyrig. You can try. There we go. Yeah, you see, he just pushes you in. Try him on any bunk in te druk, see if it'll climb for you. Mine, it got to a point here and then it just slid off. Your wheel is gedraai, maar hy's... Yeah. Turn a bit towards me, you're turning too sharp. Come towards me.
Now that was a masterful drive by Bayer and no damage in the end.
I think you're out of the woods.
Yes, it looks like it. Thank you very much, Ant. Slip and slide. Slip and slide.
We're nearing the end now. The little rock cottages are not far from here, I believe. Then we sort of head back to camp.
Miller and Roloff took off to the Klip AC, where they overnighted this weekend. as the rest of us drive back to the mountain camp.
Okay guys, if you carry on, you're going to be at the 3 provinces board soon.
The sun went down on us as we tried to find our way back to the camp. Okay, we got to the camp now. So now it's coffee time. I can see he's hungry. Oh no, what are you going to do?
No, I am taking all the stuff off the solar panel,
Yeah.
so I can get some light in the place.
Yeah.
And
So you see our camp has been set up through the day and you had to find the best angle for the solar to get your batteries charged as far as possible.
yes,
And
this I charged from
In the
the
car?
Inverter while we were driving, and now I'm just taking a wire away, and that's going to be our light for inside the tent.
See, everybody wants to get to the fire and get things going.
Ek gaan die choppies braai, ek sê net.
I expected the route to be a bit more milder, but I think there was a lot of nice obstacles for most people to enjoy, and yeah, certainly one of the nicest places to drive in South Africa. Awesomely beautiful place.
One of my favorite dishes is what we call a oopsie. It's a bacon roll on a society stick that is marinated with a kind of sweet syrup, and then it got some cherries in between. Now this is stunning stuff. And then another one of my favorites is a mini rump steak in a specially prepared marinated, where I used the olive oil. In one of the episodes I showed you what I do there, but this is how I get it from my butcher, and so I get it pre-prepared from them, and they are so soft it melts in your mouth. I'll take off the oopsies earlier than the rump steak, probably, but I don't like turning my meat a lot. I put it on, and the moment I see it coming, like the butter is coming through on the top, I turn it around, and then I finish it up, and then it's done. I believe that also helps with the tenderness of your meat. 3 provinces have been on my wish list for a couple of years now. The distance to travel from home has always been the excuse not to make it top of my list to visit in those years. I can assure you, had I come before, I would have returned many a time. We usually pick top destinations as a trail rated under the top 5. Well, for once, I cannot hold back. 3 provinces is my number 1 and favorite trail and destination in South Africa. This is a very special place to me. The scenery here in the mountains is something very special. I love the mountains in this heaven on earth where I'll lose myself easily without any concern. This is a highly recommended trail for any 4x4 enthusiast who can appreciate nature and all its beauty on offer. I nearly once again did not make this trip, but I'm glad my father pleaded with me not to sit out this one, as he would love to hear all about the trail upon my return back home. In our next episode, we bite off a bit more than we can handle. Please subscribe to our channel and like our videos. Thank you for watching. Until next time, safe wheeling.